Then the White House walked back that statement.
So far, the council member has not responded to our multiple requests for comment.
We filed formal petitions for rulemaking through the appropriate channels.
She was charged with criminal possession of a firearm.
Of any semi-automatic assault weapon that was lawfully possessed before the bill became law.
If she's licensed to have it, I don't see any problem with it.
And said he supports a ban on the sale of assault weapons, which there's no such thing.
To have some ways to protect herself.
At her waist there, you can see a firearm tucked into her waistband.
Councilwoman just arrested for carrying legal gun. Legal arm at protest. In a surprising turn of events, New York City Councilwoman Ina Vernikov, a prominent figure of the Republican side, found herself in hot water after being arrested for carrying a concealed arm during a protest rally. It's important to note that Vernikov possessed a valid concealed carry permit, making her arm possession entirely legal. The arrest has ignited a firestorm of debate surrounding the right to bear arms, particularly in sensitive public places. The incident unfolded during a rally to protest events related to Palestine. Vernikov, exercising her constitutional rights, had her arm holstered in her side, not brandishing it or using it in any threatening manner. Despite her adherence to legal protocols, she was apprehended on charges of criminal possession of an arm. The image capturing Vernikov with her holstered arm led to her arrest, generating significant controversy. The arrest has prompted scrutiny from various activist groups who view this incident as a potential turning point in sensitive places lawsuits. This legal battle centers around the right to carry arms in locations where it has traditionally been restricted, such as protests, government buildings, and schools. Vernikov's case, given its high-profile nature, may serve as a catalyst for re-evaluating existing legislation and interpretations regarding arms in such spaces. Critics argue that Vernikov's arrest highlights the need for a more nuanced approach to arm control laws, one that distinguishes between responsible, law-abiding citizens and those who pose genuine threats to public safety. The fact that Vernikov held a valid concealed carry permit underscores her commitment to following legal protocols, making the arrest a contentious point of contention for armed rights advocates. This incident also raises broader questions about the intersection of politics and personal freedoms. Vernikov's affiliation with the Republican Party adds a layer of political complexity to an already heated debate. The arrest has sparked impassioned discussions about the role of political identity in shaping perceptions of arm ownership and usage. As the case unfolds, it's sure to captivate the attention of legal experts, activists, and citizens alike. The outcome of Vernikov's legal battle may have far-reaching implications for the interpretation and application of arm control laws, particularly in sensitive public spaces.
That had you prove some type of special need in order to get a permit.
Vernikov made her stance clear.
I'm here today to support the Jewish students that are in school today.
The co-chair of the Second Amendment Caucus, Mr. Massey.
It is reported from the Rules Committee. Against any resolution reported.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul tweeting a short time ago, New York's gun safety laws apply to everyone.
Tearing apart families and making our streets less safe.
No one answered at the council member's district office Friday, and her phone went to voicemail.
This arrest serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing discourse surrounding Second Amendment rights and the complex interplay between individual liberties and public safety concerns. Arrested Councilwoman's arm. Vernikov, who holds a valid concealed carry permit, was photographed with a holstered arm at a counter-protest to a pro-Palestinian rally near Brooklyn College. While her possession of the firearm was within the bounds of the law, attorney Ali Najmi raised concerns on Twitter, suggesting that Vernikov may have violated state law by bringing an arm to a protest. The charge levied against Vernikov is a Class A felony centered around carrying an arm at sensitive places, such as protests. This arrest has raised significant questions about the intersection of personal freedoms, armed rights, and the limitations placed on carrying arms in public spaces. Vernikov, who holds the position of minority whip, is a member of the Jewish caucus, which adds a layer of complexity to the situation, as she may be seen as making a statement regarding her stance on the Israel-Palestine issue. This arrest has garnered attention not only on a local and regional scale, but also from organizations such as the Firearm Policy Coalition (FPC). FPC has expressed interest in the case, offering assistance to Vernikov and her team. The potential significance lies in the fact that this arrest could serve as a catalyst for legal challenges against sensitive places laws. While courts have previously debated the constitutionality of such restrictions, Vernikov's arrest provides a concrete instance of a violation, potentially reshaping the discourse surrounding arm rights. Furthermore, the arrest has led to Vernikov surrendering her concealed carry license, impacting her rights as an arms owner. This development underscores the broader implication of the case, not just for Vernikov, but for individuals who legally carry arms for self-defense or other legitimate purposes. It also highlights the need for a more nuanced approach to legislation surrounding the carrying of arms in public spaces, particularly during protests or rallies. In the wake of the arrest, the NYPD has increased patrols throughout the city, although there are no current credible threats to New York City's Jewish communities. This has prompted suggestions for Jewish communities to consider applying for concealed carry licenses, emphasizing the importance of self-defense and personal safety.
Which Councilmember Vernikov serves on and may require her recusal.
But let's just say that you actually did get a permit under the original SB2.
As students gathered outside Brooklyn College Thursday for dueling protests.
And a Republican city council member has been arrested for bringing a gun.
Now today, as you all know as well, we're also marking National Gun Violence Awareness Day.
So in California, it was extremely difficult. California had to get rid of that good cause or just cause requirement.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time.
As Vernikov's case progresses, it stands to be a focal point in the ongoing debate over Second Amendment rights and the appropriate limitations on carrying arms in sensitive public places. The outcome of this legal battle could potentially have far-reaching implications for armed rights and personal freedoms across the United States. Self-defense rights debate. Councilwoman Ina Vernikov's recent actions highlight a growing theme of advocating for self-protection. This sentiment resonates across various communities and has been a prominent topic of discussion in recent times. However, it's essential to dissect the specific circumstances surrounding Vernikov's case as it sheds light on the broader implications of self-defense rights. One crucial aspect to consider is Vernikov's background and her stance on the Israel-Palestine conflict. As a Jewish councilwoman, she's been vocal in her support for Israel. In light of this, Vernikov expressed concerns that the pro-Palestine rally would potentially create an unsafe environment on campuses. This perspective adds a layer of complexity to her decision to carry an arm, as she has aimed to protect herself while holding steadfast to her beliefs. The response from the NYPD, stating that there were no reported incidents or arrests related to the protest, provides some context to the situation. This suggests that at least initially, there was no immediate threat or violence associated with the rally. However, it's important to note that Vernikov's decision to carry a concealed arm raises questions about the interpretation and enforcement of sensitive places laws. Vernikov's case hinges on the fact that she's a licensed concealed carry holder who didn't brandish or use her arm, but merely had it on her person near the protest. This act seemingly conflicts with the sensitive places laws that were enacted in the aftermath of previous incidents. It raises a pertinent legal question. Where should the line be drawn between an individual's right to self-protection and the restriction of carrying arms in sensitive public spaces? This situation has garnered attention not only due to its legal implications, but also because it presents a potential case of active injury. Vernikov's rights as a licensed concealed carry holder have been largely infringed upon by her arrest. This circumstance sets the stage for organizations like the Firearms Policy Coalition and the Second Amendment Foundation or the Gun Owners of America (GOA) to potentially take up the cause. Vernikov's case serves as a concrete example of the clash between individual rights and public safety concerns, prompting a closer examination of existing arm control legislation. In decision, Councilwoman Ina Vernikov's recent actions bring to the forefront the pressing issue of self-protection right.
Then the White House walked back that statement.
As CBS 2's Allie Bauman shows us, she is now under investigation.
Ina Vernikov attended this rally at Brooklyn College Thursday afternoon, and if you look closely,
we filed formal petitions for rulemaking through the appropriate channels.
The City Council Speaker is now referring this to the Standards and Ethics Committee.
The Jewish council member has openly talked about being a new gun owner.
Of any semi-automatic assault weapon that was lawfully possessed before the bill became law.
Her decision to carry a concealed arm near a protest sparks a critical conversation about the interpretation and enforcement of sensitive places laws. It also raises questions about the balance between individual rights and public safety. As Vernikoff's case unfolds, it has the potential to set a precedent for future legal battles in the realm of armed control and self-defense rights. Impact on arm rights. The incident involving Councilwoman Ina Vernikoff's arrest for carrying a legally owned arm near a protest has significant implications for armed rights advocacy. Vernikoff, a licensed concealed carry holder, was not brandishing her arm but merely had it holstered on her person. This incident brings attention to the delicate balance between an individual's right to self-defense and the restrictions imposed on carrying arms in sensitive public spaces. The arrest serves as a litmus test for the interpretation and enforcement of sensitive places laws, which were enacted in response to previous incidents. It highlights the potential for conflicts between constitutional rights and public safety concerns. Advocates for armed rights argue that lawful concealed carry holders should have the right to protect themselves in a variety of settings, including protests, as long as they do so responsibly and within the bounds of the law. Furthermore, Vernikoff's case has the potential to set a legal precedent, particularly if organizations like the Firearm Policy Coalition (FPC), the Second Amendment Foundation, or the Gun Owners of America (GOA) decide to take up her cause. This could lead to further debate and potentially shape future legislation surrounding armed control and self-defense rights.
Police say a New York City councilwoman brought a firearm to a protest yesterday.
They don't care about that fundamental liberty law-abiding citizens in this country enjoy.
To a protest against a pro-Palestinian rally.
California knows how to do these things well, and they know how to work around things so that they can just draft this new law.
But some of Vernikoff's constituents are defending her.
Maybe she felt that she needs...
and call on young people to continue leading efforts to end gun violence.
Obviously, she feels that her safety and her people are surrounding her might be a priority.
Ultimately, the impact on armed rights from this incident is substantial as it forces a reevaluation of existing laws and the delicate balance between personal liberties and public safety. Well guys, that does it for this video. See you next time and bye for now.